Friends, balancing safety and welfare of the masses when it comes to institutional security and surveillance is very important to consider. In the age of surveillance capitalism, privacy and security both have become very challenging. On one hand, you do need security and surveillance, cameras, internet securities and all that, like in China, mass securities. But when it comes to individual freedom and privacy, things are very difficult to manage with given such new and efficient tools of surveillance and security. See, where do things go wrong? Things go wrong when it comes to intentions. There are offices now wherein people are being monitored and their work, routine daily duties are being monitored through security internet cameras. That is, in other words or indirectly speaking, a constant intimidation and a constant pressure tactics, and which does snatch the freedom of those workers. And there are countries like China wherein mass surveillance, monitoring people through digital and surveillance technologies is quite common. That too snatches freedom and is entire democracy. However, the rising surveillance capitalism and widespread idea of surveillance and surveillance on everyone for everything is something that is detrimental and that should be taken care of in democracies. I'm not talking about the countries that are not democratic. If we value democracy, privacy has to be valued. If we value democracy, security too has to be valued. But privacy for whom? Masses. Security for whom? Masses. Because masses or janta, log, is what matters. Everything, every institution should be for the welfare of masses. Therefore, installing cameras is not bad. Installing surveillance is not bad. But it should not mark intimidation. It should not make a common citizen feel intimidated. It should not snatch that idea of freedom of that common person and common masses. And over the years, the alarming increase in that, surveillance technology and, an installation, the mass installation, monstrous installation, each and everywhere, that too is problematic. That should be taken care of. For example, surveillance in schools. Surveillance in schools has altogether to be different than surveillance in prisons. A school should not, turn out to be a prison for either a teacher or students. Given the fact that panopticon, what Foucault talks about, has to be altogether a different concept when it comes to a prison and when it comes to a square or a market or a school. Therefore, balancing the welfare and balancing surveillance is quite important. That should be taken care of, and the institutions that have installed these security cameras should not misuse. It is for any, to notice any, security breaches, any untoward incidences, to find the culprit and all that. It should not mean compressing and suppressing and pressurizing the workers. security cameras should not be misused in the age of surveillance capitalism, and it should not aim at further shrinking that individual freedom and individual democracy. Thank you.